What's up, you guys? Zoe here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and in this video I've got another brand new indicator, the OGT Bollinger Bands Trend Pullback Indicator version 1.0, and it's absolutely free. Link is inside the description. And if you're brand new to the channel, I provide videos on forex trading, options trading, free indicators, free expert advisors, all that good stuff. And all I ask for in return is that you smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and check that bell notification. So this is the third indicator as part of the series, or the trend pullback series, where I've been looking to create firstly EAs. So I created 4 EAs using the RSI, CCI, Bollinger Bands and stochastics. And again, you can click those videos, links are down below, where I back tested those EAs across the whole of 2020 across 5 different currency pairs. And the feedback was that you guys wanted to see the indicator version because you didn't want to take every single signal that the EA was producing. So I've got my team working on creating them as indicators, and I've released the RSI, the stochastics, and now this is the third one of the Bollinger Bands, and hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to get the CCI version out for you guys. So what I wanted to do in this video is just walk you guys through the indicator settings. I've thrown it up now on a GBP USD 1 hour chart just to look at the signals, because this is one that has had a decent downtrend or a trend of any sort, and just have a look to see what else we can do to add other confluence factors to this chart to see if this is something that we would look like we were wanting to trade. And the EA would have taken all of these trades, but now we can get the push notification onto our phone to come to the charts and have a little look and see what the overall picture is looking like, and add a few extra indicators to see whether or not that this would be a trade to go on. So if we have a look at the indicator settings, for those of you who've been watching all the other videos and have all the other trend pullback indicators, it's exactly the same way in terms of how it all works. And what this indicator looks at, it firstly looks to identify a trend. And the way it does that using the a moving average, and that moving average, as you can see, can be any period you want, and the default is 200. And the method could be simple, exponential, smooth, or linear weighted. My preference is exponential, but again, there's not too much difference if you're using a 200 period moving average, because they all kind of move very slow and in that respect, and very long term. And then above that is going to be the indicator that will be the pullback method. So in this case, it's the Bollinger Band. And what it's looking at is the Bollinger Band period, which is the default of 20 and 2 standard deviations apart. So again, completely customizable. And then from an alert perspective, you can either have a pop-up push notification or a desktop sound alert. And for those of you who have the EA version will know it looks exactly the same. The only difference is that it is missing the lot size and the risk is defined by the average true range and all that kind of good stuff, but it's not applicable as part of the indicator settings. And again, completely customizable to your liking. So the way it works is it looks for pullbacks within a trend. And again, the trend is this blue line over here, which is just the 200 EMA. And it will only provide signals going short if price is below the 200 period, and give you signals long if price is above the 200 period moving average. So what it does is, when you have those criteria, what it does, it looks for when price is above the Bollinger Band and then closes underneath the Bollinger Band. And when that happens, you get a signal. I do believe in this version I have also added the condition of another moving average, because it's not showing a signal here and it's not showing a signal here. So I think there is another moving average behind the scenes that is on there, and it has to also be above or below that, which is why you don't see them on every single pullback. But majority of the time is when price goes back up, closes outside of the bands, and then closes back inside the bands, it will then give you a signal to go short. And that's basically how the indicator works. And again, it uses the Bollinger Bands, and in the other versions it used the RSI, overbought, oversold, stochastics, overbought, oversold, and CCI, overbought and oversold. So what I've done is I've taken a screenshot of this chart, so it allows me to draw quite nicely on this situation over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at these signals, and this signal over here. And just to let you know what else I've got on my chart at the moment, really need to get better at learning how to use this thing. We have got these lines. These lines are the OGT round numbers indicator. Again, you can download that. Links inside the description. And what that does is it just draws a line at the 500 and at the 100 levels, so you've got natural support and resistance levels. And then we've got the MACD linear weighted moving average, which is again different version of the MACD. I like it because it smooths it out. Again, it's in the members area for free if you want to pick that indicator up. And I use it mainly for divergence kind of indications here. So if we have a look at this first one over here, and again, I haven't got the rest of the price action, but I probably wouldn't have done anything inside this trade. So what I've assumed that's happened is that price has gone down and started to consolidate, and therefore you're looking for the kind of leg to go down. But for me, there's not a lot of information here at this stage. It's at around number level, but not really. So I wouldn't do anything there. Then when price comes back down, retraces to this one over here, this to me starts getting a bit more interesting. So there's kind of two things that are going on over here. So the first thing what you've got is you've now got a double top or a strong resistance line at this level, because both the peaks and the highs of this of both signals are pretty much the same. So that to me is really interesting, and also we are still in this kind of contractual phase. And then the second thing what you've got price basically flat and the MACD making higher highs. And that to me is a good example of a hidden bearish divergence, where price makes price makes price makes lower highs, and then the MACD kind of makes higher highs as well. So what we kind of got over here is that kind of scenario of where potentially price is looking to go down, and that's basically what we kind of happened over there. So I would use this, if it was me, I would either use just above the MA as a resistance point, or just above this round number level as kind of stop loss perspective, and I'll be looking to target this low in terms of a take profit, or this round number levels as a take profit target. You can clearly see with there you can probably get a nice little one-to-one trade as part of that, or once you get to this level, once you get to about here, move stop to break even, and then trail all the way through. The second one that we've got over here, we've got, and I'm going to group these ones together in the interest of time. What I like about the first one is that we've got a scenario of where price is meeting a resistance point at the 200 EMA. And then the second thing is what we've got here is that you've got bearish divergence, price making higher highs, oscillator making lower highs. There's a disagreement between price and the oscillator, and in this type of pattern we're looking at a bearish pattern. So again, that's something for me that I would have taken a nice little trade on. In terms of stop loss and take profit targets, at this point over here, I probably would have put it slightly above this round numbers level, because price did go against us. I didn't know that at the time, but that I wouldn't have put it right at that level. The next logical place is the round number level, and then again, I'm always looking to target the low, which is either there or there. So those two areas would have been my kind of take profit target. I might have thrown up the pivots indicator to see where we are against the pivots. But those again would be the logical points to kind of place that on. This one over here I also like, because this is, in terms of price action, you've pretty much got a consistent kind of, you know, lower highs, lower lows kind of situation happening from here, of where everything's looking quite nice. Everything looks really consistent, and and then to fall through. My only concern is that your entry would have been about here, which is pretty much already at these lows. Again, depending on how aggressive you would have been, you could have gone in at these lows here. Only concern is your stop loss would have been up here, so your reward to risk isn't that great. That would be the only thing that would have put me off this trade, is that I couldn't have found a one-to-one, because this is a negative reward to risk, which is not what I want to get into. I want to at least get into a one-to-one kind of scenario. So even though I like this setup and it did get to this level here, my stop loss is too far away initially. Otherwise I'll still probably be in this trade right by now. I'm probably looking about over here somewhere, which I might have got hit, but again, there's no indication at this level over here, unless I go back in price, that this area is a good area to get into, bar this round number level. I've just drawn a lot of rubbish all over this screen. But the only thing that really helps me over here is that we had this round number level and this round number level, and as you can see, prices reacted to that round number level. So again, this one would have been a no, this one would have been a yes, this one would have been a yes. I would have already been in this trade, so that doesn't count, and this one would have been a no. And then, as you can see in this example, all three trades would have been profitable outcomes. It's not always going to be as nice as that, and I've gone through a number of charts to show examples, and there are examples where it doesn't work. As with any indicator, not everything's going to be 100%. But this is why, when you back tested this on the EA over the long term without spoiling the results, majority of the time it is profitable. That means just taking randomly every single signal, you're going to be more right than you are wrong. But then imagine now if you're overlaying technicals and all these other different things inside there, then you would have been inside an even better place in terms of the outcome of these trades. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, the link's down below. It's absolutely free. I've got probably 20-30 indicators now that are available in the members area, and tutorial videos on all of them, so make sure you check those out. On the screen now we've got the other pullback indicators and EAs, as well as all my other tutorial videos on that stuff as well, so check those ones out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like, and I shall see you guys in the next video.